Looks beautiful. This is what we do. We play it. There's usually somebody in there who will take tickets. Chris, you got a ticket about the fire extinguisher. Did you get the raindrops over here? We'll record the videos, we'll take little chunks out, and then that'll get put into the Jira database, and that'll get sent out to devs to fix. You do have to play the whole thing, and that's what takes time. You've got to do a full playthrough. We've got to notice that in mission 3, somebody said something.
Yo, man. Yo. Are we live? Are we recording? Yo. I'm cancerous. So when I dish, you wouldn't want to answer this if you responded back with a battle rap you wrote for cannabis.
Oh my
What's
God.
good?
This
Mad Gamer. Back with another one. This what you watching right here 7 days ago. Well, first off, before anything, let me let you know. This is going to be my review of the Mindseye Reviews. I played them. You know what I mean? I beat it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type I'm on, you wouldn't.
You know what I do to these games. You know what I mean? I beat it. You know what I'm saying? But let's just take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. This is the creator of Mindseye playing it 7 days ago, right? Right. I think this is from 7 days ago. Let's see, from 8 days ago, right? So let's see what he got to say about it. It's like a whole timeline to this joint. I've been following, you feel me? Let's see what he got to say about it. Mindseye. Hold up. Let me put y'all big screen. Mindseye. Jesus. It's gonna be good, y'all. We got a damn good show.
Looks beautiful. This is what we do. We play it. There's usually somebody in there who will take tickets. Chris, you got a ticket about the fire extinguisher. Did you get the raindrops over here?
Now, one thing I can say, bro. Hold up. Let me make sure. One thing I can say is that fire extinguisher, I shot a fire extinguisher on that joint. That's just that boom. I'll say, yo.
Oh my God.
It was clean. They did their thing on the fire extinguishers, I could say.
We'll record the videos, we'll take little chunks out, and then that'll get put into the Jira database, and that'll get sent out to devs to fix. You do have to play the whole thing, and that's what takes time. You've got to do a full playthrough. We've got to notice that in mission 3, somebody said something, and continuity is okay in mission 17. I don't think we could have worked. Blood and guts, sweat into it.
All right, so obviously, I don't think he was really playing the game. So, first off, before I look at any of these other reviews, right? I had something that I had wrote. You get what I'm saying? It's basically, it was basically my review of Mindseye. So let me go ahead and put my gameplay on, you know what I'm saying? So it was, before we go into all the other video, oh yeah, at the end of this video, you're going to find out what Mindseye can do so they can bring it back. You're going to find out what Mindseye can do so people will want Mindseye too. They got to listen to me though. You got to listen to me though. Cause
This is Sparta.
so I got a whole script. I didn't even want to do the video, you know what I mean? Cause all right, man. So check this joint out, bro. Hold up. Let me make sure that, you know what I mean? Get my gameplay on there, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing. We're gonna be checking to see if, you know what I mean, these dudes really played the game. So y'all, right? This part right here, right? This was the part they kept showing in the commercial. Over and over, they kept showing it in the commercial. This part where you're in this corridor, bro. You know this was toward the end of the game. They were showing the end of the game. Let me show y'all, bro. All right, so let me just read this to y'all right quick. Forgive me, because I don't read the best.
Oh my God.
Now lately, I've been doing so much work on video games that I haven't been able to watch as much as usual these days. So as I was playing a game that I had bought, I don't know, it looks like voice text messed it up. So I was playing a game that I bought called Mindseye. Okay, but it says My Die in the thing. All right. I was playing a game that I bought called Mindseye, and I couldn't help but seeing some of the interesting things that some of the other YouTubers were saying about the game. But no. Oh my God. No. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one too. Yeah. No. Hold on. Whoa. But no, absolutely not. I was determined to play the game and have my own opinion of the game. And to tell the truth, I was playing the game and it seemed like it wasn't half bad.
Oh my God.
I was just at the beginning to the middle of the game, waiting for the rest of the game to open up. Only thing is, it never did. This game wasn't really about the actions that you could do, but it was more about the actions that you couldn't do in a regular open world game, quote unquote. This should have been an open world game, not an open world game. I'm not sure what I meant by saying that, but bear with me. I'm just reading it, all right? So let me get right to the list of things you couldn't do that completely hampered the experience of my Mindseye. Whenever I say Mindseye, the voice text, it's saying my eye, or my die or something. AI, you're so stupid sometimes. All right, so check this out. First off, no map. No quick map. I'm just telling y'all what it don't have. No map. No quick map. No switch shoulder perspective. That was killing me. The fact that you had to stay over your right shoulder the whole time was killing me. Why can't you just click the button and go to each side? That was... No upgrade system. No upgrade system. They were just giving you a couple new things for your little bot, right? Oh, I should have told you. This is going to have plenty spoilers. No upgrade system. No character progression. No interacting with off-script NPCs. No interaction. In the game, no side missions. I only saw 2 side missions, 2 of those things that blurred up. It's like a little memory that blurs up. I only saw 2 side missions. No extra goodies. No incentive to search. No other pass at all. I'm not sure what that means. Or even secret rooms. Oh, no other paths at all. No other secret rooms. No real boss fights. And I found this as a particular opportunity that they missed. The whole game, we were building up to fight a auto control dude. Oh yeah, automated control dude with a mechanic arm, and you were planning to fight a army sergeant or something. And like the guy with the arm was like the fugitive, and you had to fight the general. And oh yeah, and the general had unlimited power in his hands, mind you. Every opportunity to have an actual boss fight was squandered by the boss being killed in a cutscene. Why? Why are y'all killing the bosses in a cutscene? Hold on, let me fast forward this because I probably got irritated. I remember this part right here. This was crazy. Why are y'all killing a boss in a cutscene, bro? What is going on here? Okay, so no dialogue between the characters, no dialogue options, damn near no ending. And it really had the nerve to have no ending. No city exploration hardly at all. No valid motivation for the characters. He was going hard for a girl he knew for 2 days.
Stop the cap.
This game reminds me of like a game like Rise Son of Rome, or like the other game, The Order 1886, where it's the beginning of a game for a system introduced. You know, like Order 1888 or like Rise Son of Rome, you know, when the system first comes out. But that excuse that those games had, what? This voice text, I'm sorry. Those excuses that those games had was this was the beginning of their go round with the new system's hardware. Right. It was the beginning of the new hardware. So it's kind of like it showcased, you know, the ability for the systems. That's what this game kind of reminded me of. This was not a showcase of the system's ability. The frame rate would drop to almost 2 frames per second during the fights. I feel like this was just a cast. Oh, that's what it says. I will never do this again. I'm sorry, y'all. I had the phone in my pocket. I was doing the voice tech. I'm what? Yeah, I mean, I'm doing what I can. I mean, building the plane while I fly, man. I mean, but anyways, so I feel like you won't hear me say this. You won't hear me say this often, but this feels like a cash grab. And you'll never really hear me say that. And it says a smaller company that was too ambitious, or it was either a cash grab, or it was a smaller company that was too ambitious in scope and didn't let us know. Now, when he was sitting there playing that game 6 days ago, come on, man, he knew this would, come on, you know what I mean? Like, if you're really playing the game, come on. This should have been a $30-ish game because the game seems incomplete, to tell the truth. I feel like I was just robbed of my money and time. No fast travel. It feels like they put things way spread out and made you drive to almost make the game longer. Moral of the story is everybody was not hating on Mindseye. This time it said my diet. Everybody was not hating on my diet, I guess. Oh yeah. And the part that they were showing continuously over and over and over and over, the promotion of the Mindseye, but this time it said my eye, that was the very, very end and the best part of the game where you fought more repetitive enemies. And anyway, back to the moral of the story is why people were not hating on Mindseye. I don't think anyone was paid, and I don't think anyone will, maybe not. I don't think anyone or everyone, I mean, maybe, okay, that's what it says. Well, maybe some people were paid, but I don't think that everyone were paid. They weren't coerced by Rockstar. This is not review bombing. This is genuinely a game where people feel like they should have gotten more. The negative outweighs the positive so heavy that I can't even mention the game shooting feels excellent without mentioning that I'm hindered because I can't switch to my other shoulder view. This game gets a 3.8, a little better than 50 Cent Bulletproof. I wanted to give it a 4, but I just couldn't because of the ending and the incomplete game, in the incompleteness of the game with an extra S, I guess. Beware of BuildARocketBoy. We knew it was something fishy when none of the review. We knew it was fishy when none of the reviews, when none of the game would be shown, and they came out on a high rate. Oh yeah, and they came out on a high rate. I will never do this again, y'all. Voice text without looking at it. They went on a tirade, not a high rate. They went on a tirade against actually know who they were aiming when they said they paid. What, yo, I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know what's going on with the script. Sorry about, hold up. Let me come on this and give a live apology. Sorry about the script, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm doing what I can, man. Jesus. But listen, it was okay. The game wasn't completely like horrible. That's what I want to see about these reviews, man. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some of these reviews. Y'all heard my thoughts. That's why I had to put it out there off top. You know, I don't know if Angry Joe came out with a review yet. I'm not sure about that. But I had to put my thoughts out first, so that way we can watch it all live. I was itching to see some Mindseye reviews, man. That brother's starving. I was starving for some Mindseye reviews to see, you know what I mean, what they, you know, what they thought of the game, etc., etc. So I just figured I'd go on here and watch it live with y'all, man, so we could see, you know what I mean, if they was overboard with, you know what I mean. But the worst game I've ever played, no way, no. I could tell you that now. Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. But look, yo, let's go ahead and get to this joint and see what it's looking like. Oh yeah, I beat the game too. I beat this. I beat this joint. Yeah, I beat this joint. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. First, we got some big creators on this joint, man. We got some big creators on this joint right now, man. Okay, so first, IGN. The big dog.
Yes!
We're going to see what IGN had to say about it. First and foremost, let's see.
Mindseye may look like an exciting GTA-adjacent action-adventure in short clips and GIFs, but actually playing it through to the end of its story has revealed an unfinished, overly ambitious project that's plagued with...
What did I just say? What did I just say? Didn't I just say overly ambitious somewhere in that jumble of a script that I had wrote? Didn't I just say they was probably over ambitious, man? I told you, man. They was either over ambitious or they stole our money, bro.
With performance
I mean, whoa. Let me change that statement. I don't mean they stole our money. They didn't force us to do anything. Whoa. Let me switch that. I'm gonna say I feel overcharged. That's what I'm gonna say. Retract that last statement.
Makes precious little use of its open world and is crippled by unconvincing combat and dull mission design.
Little use of its open world. You heard him.
While it's natural to draw comparisons with GTA, in basic terms, Mindseye is more akin to the Mafia series. That is, it's a tightly linear...
Hold on, we got somebody who asked a question to say, Game Fresh, should I get the Steam joint or just play it for 2 hours and get my refund? I would suggest not even playing the joint, bro. I mean... It's like a generic shooter, bro. That's what it is. It's a generic shooter, no more, no less. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like a really, really generic, less Uncharted kind of. You know what I mean? My bad, I missed your comment. You know what I mean? I was trying to jumble out all that script. That was crazy.
A single-player story where the open world largely exists as a backdrop for you to drive from mission to mission.
Exactly.
That doesn't end up serving it very well. Mafia is great. Mindseye is not.
Whatever.
All right, let's see what they gave it, man. We gotta see what they gave it.
This is...
Oh my God. Got commercials, bro. I gotta, man, that Switch broke me, bro. I gotta get that, I gotta get YouTube Red. Or YouTube, you know, the professional joint, bro. That Switch broke me. I can't afford it. $15. A little too much for me. A little too much. I'm down, baby. I'm down, big baby.
Oh my God!
Is Mindseye's free roaming mode. It's separate from the main campaign, but I have no idea where it's high on ambition,
where's the score?
But low on original ideas. Mindseye's rigid mission design renders its open world largely pointless, and it's consistently undermined by vanilla combat, janky AI enemies, and its sloppy frame rate and bugs.
Vanilla combat, he just said it.
Throw in its insultingly unfinished free roaming component, and it's clear it was simply not ready to be released. If you had your sights set on Mindseye, think again.
Now I was in the similar, you know what I mean? I was in the similar thought process. I gave it a 3.8. So let's go ahead and check out. Next, we're gonna check out Dreamcast Guy, my boy Dreamcast Guy. Let's see what he got to say about it, man. Let's see.
I played Mindseye.
That last IGN, they hit it right on the head, bro. They just said overambitious, vanilla. They was using them nice words. That was absolutely true.
This is by far the worst game I've played thus far in 2025. This game is so incredibly terrible. It runs bad. It crashes constantly. The gunplay makes no sense. The cutscenes are ridiculously long and are so poorly acted.
Yo, I had a lot of crashes on this game. I had a lot of crashes on this game.
Terrible. It runs bad. It crashes constantly. The gunplay makes no sense. The cutscenes are ridiculously long and are so poorly acted. I am actually shocked this is even allowed to be sold. They just released this game on Steam.
Come on, man, you going too far. It ain't that bad now. Whereas, I mean, but I heard that they getting a lot of refunds and stuff. Let's hear them out.
On Steam, on Xbox, and on PlayStation 5, and on every platform, it is a literally broken mess. It is getting literally 1 out of 10 reviews all over the place because people that were dumb enough to buy it, myself included, are basically like, why the hell is this even allowed? In fact, on Xbox, this game requires a massive day one update. Currently, you can buy this game on Xbox. That platform does not have the day one update, meaning this game is literally unplayable on Xbox. But let's talk about it. I want to break down the tons of bads and the...
All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to see the intro of what they talking about. Then we're going to go to the score. You know what I mean? See what they talking about with the score, the conclusions.
There are no missions. The story, the city is completely empty. The only thing that exists is driving to the next checkpoint, sitting through an incredibly cringy cutscene, and then seeing the next mission that basically says, drive here and shoot 5 guys. Everything about this game just sucks. It is bizarre to me that they didn't decide to put more meat on these bones.
Do something with it, you know what I mean?
Another project called like Everywhere, and even that company has publicly disavowed this and disconnected it from their universe. I genuinely have no idea what the hell happened to Mindseye, what happened in development that let it end up like this. But the short and sweet of it is, it runs bad, it looks bad, it is bad.
It don't look bad. That's what I wouldn't agree with. It don't look bad. It looks nice. This game look nice. It looks nice. At least on the PS5 Pro.
Anyway, don't buy it. Thanks for watching. I don't know what else to say.
Where the score,
project
bro?
Called like there are no missions. The story, the city is completely empty. The only thing that exists is driving to the next checkpoint.
Yo, he ain't kidding, bro. And I told you they made the missions far, far away, so that way you have to drive. So let's go ahead and see what this dude talking about. It's called G-Man Lives. Said it's horrible. Mindseye is really, 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 really bad. And that's another thing I just wanted to tell y'all real quick, man. Another thing, real quick. Hold up, I gotta talk to you guys for a second. You know what was killing me also about it? This Mindseye. Now I played recent games. I played a game called Copycat, bro. Copycat got graphics, but nothing like this. No super $1 trillion budget. It was fire, just pure story and gameplay, bro. Just pure story and gameplay. How can a game where you don't have no budget be better than $1 trillion game like that? I just don't understand it. Same thing with the other game I played, Amber. Yeah, bruh. The games are better than this and they have literally no assets. I don't understand it. Man, let's go ahead and look at it, bro, and see what they talking about.
Mindseye is the most disappointing game released in 2025 so far.
Oh, hold up. Let me go full screen again, man. Y'all gotta see this Mindseye. Y'all gotta bring it up close and personal with the Mindseye. Pause to.
A so-called narrative-driven, single-player action-adventure thriller directed by former Rockstar Games producer Leslie Benzies. which is at a rocky launch to say the least, and something that I'm not shy to say I totally saw coming. I mean, the writing was really on the wall for this one, even leading up to its launch. Like, for starters, it basically had next to no marketing or hype, with very little actual gameplay getting shown. It was also revealed recently that a few key members on the team just left the company weeks before launch.
What?
Yeah, what's that saying about rats leaving a sinking ship?
Oh, they left before launch? I ain't know about that.
But I'd say the main giveaway for me was that these guys didn't even send out early review codes, not even to bigger sites like IGN or GameSpot.
That what was messing me up too. I was like, yo, because IGN, I saw their game review came out like a couple hours before I put, you know, my review up. I'm like, dang, man, how GameStop have to wait until the end, bro? They tried to hide this game. No, wrong one. They tried to hide this game, put it undercover. I mean, come on, man.
And while that's
why people feel wrong, bruh. This game was not supposed to be $60. Should have been $40 game.
not always the underlying reason for publishers not sending out review codes. Sometimes it might be for spoiler prevention to prevent crucial plot details from getting ruined. Other times it might be because it's a multiplayer game.
Alright, so you know what we do. Look at the entry.
You know, my overall question with all of this is just why? Why does this thing exist? And honestly, it's really just astonishing how subpar the whole thing's turned out. Especially given the pedigree of the guy supposedly directing.
That's all you hear. Subpar, vanilla, like I said, generic. Words like that when it comes to this game. Everybody keeps showing this part because it's the best part.
This dude used to work for Rockstar Games and worked on some pretty huge titles. I mean, we're talking Grand Theft Auto 3 through to Grand Theft Auto 5, along with Manhunt, Red Dead Redemption, and
that Red Dead Redemption look good. That look good.
Seeing what's happened here with Mindseye, though, it kind of reminds me of Bruce Willis's filmography. You know what I mean? The guy who started out doing films like Die Hard, The Fifth Element, and Pulp Fiction, who ended up doing direct-to-DVD movies where he spends the entire time sitting in a chair.
Hold on. That's what we're not gonna do. Bruce Willis be picking the best roles. We're not gonna do that. Bruce Willis, even his latter years, he had a Negotiator movie and all that. Man, that boy know how to pick some roles.
Or it's kind of like watching Martin Scorsese go from directing fight scenes in Goodfellas to fight scenes in The Irishman. The sentiment pre-launch that Rockstar were paying people to heap shit on this game is just laughable when you actually experience it yourself. Considering that simply playing it is far more condemning than any testimony could ever possibly be. In fact, even people who have been literally paid to stream this can barely contain themselves in wake of how bad it is.
Wow.
Like I said, it's just embarrassing.
His oxygen levels are dropping.
Honestly, the people I feel sorry for the most here is just all the artists and creative types who had to work on this thing. All those talented people who probably bled out of their arsehole to get this thing out on time, only for it to come out like this, an idiot.
All that you see is all for show. So I see these dudes ain't even going that hard. Bro, they only telling the truth on this joint, bro. They only telling the truth. Oh, Mindseye before you buy. Yeah, we gonna look. Yeah, that wasn't part of the plan, but we're gonna take a look at that joint. I keep telling y'all, man, I need to get that YouTube premium joint. I'm tripping. Dang,
when you have Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA, you can feel it.
And we're back with another episode of Before You Buy, that show we give you some straight up gameplay and our first impressions of the latest games releasing. As usual, it's me, Jake, and today we're talking about Mindseye. This is a game from new studio BuildARocketBoy, grabbing some headlines and attention for being directed by a former Rockstar head behind the early Grand Theft Auto games. We were really curious about this one, and kind of looking forward to seeing what it was all about. Frankly, we were rooting for it.
Bro, everybody was rooting for this. Yeah, everybody was rooting for this game, bro.
Not because of the bugs and the glitches or performance, maybe stuff you've seen online, but just because it's an undercooked rush game with no real life to it. And that pains me to say for a multitude of reasons, right? Number one, on the surface, I thought this game looked kind of cool. Number two, I love single-player action-adventure games. Linear, non-linear, whatever. And I don't...
Look at that. You can't say that game looks bad. It looks good. Let's see what he say in his conclusion.
Because like I said, we were looking forward to this one, just like looking at the studio and hearing it form up and the whole Everywhere project. We just wanted to see where it would go, but this is not really a good first debut. But this is a before you buy. You know how this goes by now. I'll give you some pros, some cons, and some personal opinion. And now I want
another thing. That is a good point. This is their first game. You get what I'm saying? So with the next games, they might be able to do something like Undisputed. Next up, we got Penguin. Check him out.
In fact, I'd argue it's even worse than everything you... Yes. In fact, I'd argue it's even worse than everything you've been hearing about it. I feel as though I'm one of the few specimen on this planet that is about to finish the game. I haven't beat it yet. I'm at the very end. I'm going to finish it like an hour after this video. I'm going to go live and finish it. Because...
Give him props. He said he's one of the only person beating the game, actually. Give him props. Give him his props.
This is one of the more fun bad games I've played in recent memory. It is so terrible across the board in all of the right ways that it becomes extremely entertaining because of how bad it is. Now, I would never recommend buying this under any circumstances. It's $60 for a just complete hemorrhoid of an experience. It is terrible. The game is just really bad. The only good thing about it, like the only good quality, is the cutscenes, like the mocap and even the voice acting.
Bro, I would say the game... I wouldn't call the game bad. The game is good, but it's just good. That's it. Like it's good. It's okay. The game is it's cool. It's just a game. You go shoot some guys. It's just a game. That's it. Like that's all. It's just good. It's not no more, no less. It's just good. That's not good.
Is good. Like the game visually looks great, and everything else is irredeemable dog shit. This isn't me just exaggerating. First of all, the game hardly functions. It crashes constantly no matter what hardware you have. Even on consoles, I've crashed. It is also locked to 30 FPS on consoles. It runs like shit. But the biggest sin is just how bad the gameplay is. The gameplay feels like it's out of 2004 when they were still trying to figure out what shooting mechanics look like.
Hey, that's crazy he said that. That's crazy he said that, right? What game did I just compare that to? 50 Cent. Bulletproof. And I bet you Bulletproof came out around that time. I bet you. And that's exactly what it feels like. Oh, he knows his stuff. See what he say about it. Let's go to the conclusion.
Wow. This program needs an overhaul. Back up in there.
Oh, he just played gameplay.
As they continue to push their way
he actually
through.
puts his gameplay.
Giggling the most was Soda Poppin's Mindseye sponsored segment because the game kept crashing for him, so he was kind of stunned and didn't know what to do while trying to repair the game, so he just started reading out the talking points that they want people to vomit out to promote the game as it's still crashing.
That picture below my camera, it's got a little tint of green. A second.
Oh,
all right,
heck
let's
no.
get the game back open.
Heck no.
Oh shit. All right.
Heck no. You do not want to play that on no dang PC. Hell no.
All right.
All right, he's booted back up.
Try this again. Maybe I can load a previous save.
Yeah, man. It got bad. It got bad. So, who we got up next? Big Fry TV. Mindseye is total trash. Worst game of 2025. Let's check him out.
One of the 6 people online that are wondering if Mindseye is actually worth your time and money. It's not. The new game Mindseye from BuildARocketBoy, or if you guys don't know who the fuck that is, Leslie Benzies is the ex-GTA director that had a hand in some of the greatest GTA games of all time. He built his own studio, and they built Mindseye. And they probably shouldn't have, because it's one of the worst fucking games that I have played in years.
That mic sound good. That mic sound good.
Oh my God! This open world Red Rock City map that you literally can't do anything but run people over with. You want to steal other people's vehicles? Can't do that. You want...
What did I say, bro? What I said. What I said. Oh, my bad. No, my bad. I got new sounds. What you want me to do, man? Got new sounds here.
Those cinematics look, you're left with an empty shell of a game that has some of the worst design missions that I have seen in my entire fucking life. Do you guys want to fly a small drone through a vent for 40 minutes? You can do that in Mindseye.
40 minutes.
One mission has you escorting this guy named Silva to a party all the way across Red Rock, and you have to take this flying car. And that's it. Can't do anything. You just have to listen to dialogue the whole fucking time. And it's boring.
I'm telling you, go here, do this, go here, do that. They did a good job on not making it too go here, do this, go here, do that ish, but they did a bad job on the in between. Like, it was too long and too far for some of these missions. Look at that. Okay, he only got a couple yards on his joint right now, but bro, it'd be saying 3 miles and you be just riding and listen to dial. That's a cutscene. This is like a PlayStation movie game, kinda. This is like a PlayStation movie game.
Everything seems so drawn out. 100%. Yeah.
Drawn out. What I just said.
100%. Everything.
I said what I said. He said the same thing as me. All right, I think we already watched this one. Yeah, pure trash. All right, Mindseye sucks. The balding plebs. Okay. Terrible. Don't buy this. That's what he says. Let's check him out.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Neil with the Balding Plebs, and we're back today talking about a brand new game called
That boy got that radio voice.
From gamers on the internet about this new game called Mindseye. Look, I want to be fair. Okay? These cutscenes are really good.
We all tried to be fair with this giant man. We all tried to be fair.
Rating as a 7.5 out of 10. Like, Mindseye wishes it was a better scoring game. It wishes it was more popular. I get it. You know, give the game a chance. I did. I gave it an hour and a half, and that's more than I give most games. And honestly, an hour and a half is more than this game deserves. Listening to the developer whine and cry about how this is a setup by other game companies to trash the game. No, dude, your game's just bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not good. The standard for this game is at an all-time low.
Yeah, that's our cue. All right, I beat Mindseye, mug thief. All right, let's check him out.
Later on in this video, I will talk about when, maybe, if it's possible.
Oh yeah, don't forget. Don't forget. At the end of this video, I'm gonna tell Mindseye what it needs to do. Check me out.
It's not just like, oh, it's a disaster, it's super bad. It's a little bit more interesting than that. And the sort of story around Mindseye, in case you aren't aware, is also interesting. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you a bit about where this game comes from. Then I'm going to give you like my review of the game itself. And then we're going to talk about the absolute insanity that has gone on at the studio, the disaster that it is when it comes to its budget, its sales, its marketing, a lot of the things going on.
This boy breaking it down.
Classify it definitively into the category of Concord likes, in the size of the crater that they leave. And the context of this matters. You might have seen in the marketing material in how it can just not be up to par for pretty much anything released in the last, I would say, 20 years. Like, at most, you can give it a pass graphically, and even then, like, I don't think it looks particularly great. And as promised,
what I said,
like, the interesting part about this is that BuildARocketBoy, having Leslie Benzies behind it, and then Mark Gerhard, its other co-director, I'm pretty sure the studio is shutting down after this. So for those of you who don't know, there were previews that went out for this game that were very negative, very, very negative. Then there were like some marketing things going on that were neutral. There were a lot of very painful, like a very insane marketing budget for this game, of content creators struggling to say something positive by reacting to trailers and stuff like that. Again, sponsored. And there's been a ton of other sponsored content that has come out for the game. And a lot of that after the terrible previews, which were kind of the headlines for people who were paying attention. Then the game comes out, no review code for press.
I hated that, how long it took to get out the vehicle. But you get the point, man. You know what I'm saying? People actually tried out Mindseye. They weren't feeling it, bro. And I don't blame them, bro. So let's get back into my... So I'm going to tell you what they can do, right? I'm going to tell you what they can do. This is the big finale. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what they can do to make the next Mindseye nice. If you don't want no spoilers, time for you to go. Time for you to go. What they need to do with Mindseye 2. Hold on, man. I need to look at y'all when I talk. I need to look at y'all. Hold up. Nah, not that one. Yeah. Listen. What they need to do with Mindseye 2, right? At the end, he went into a portal, right? And it was a good premise. AI basically communicating with demons from or different AI from a different dimension, whatever, right? Make the next game in that dimension. You know how crazy that would be, bro? We've had games like Doom, even God of War, where you went to hell or but never a Grand Theft Auto type of game in hell. Woo! Yes, do that. Vehicles, everything, bro. And just, I don't know what kind of vehicles. Freaking, I don't know, a two-headed horse, I don't know. Bro, if y'all do that, y'all can save it. Put in a little more, you know what I mean? A little more customization. I mean, this is their first game. Hopefully they make some cheese off of this. You get what I'm saying? A little more customization. And, you know what I mean? I'm telling y'all, make the next game in hell. Y'all might not think, because, you know what I'm saying? They get 2-3 views on this joint, or, you know what I mean, 200-300. You know how I do, you feel me? Y'all might not think. They see everything. Make it in hell the next joint. People hate Mindseye. I don't blame them. It was an okay game. It was good, but good wasn't good enough.